guys, welcome back to the channel. As always, my name is James. Thank you for tuning in. I really do appreciate it. I love every single one of y'all. While you're here, while you're at it, hit that like, hit that subscribe so you don't miss out. Man, I like to start videos off sometimes with a little bit of motivation, a little bit of positivity, because there's just too much negativity in this world, guys. And to be honest with you, I don't have time or place in my life, in my heart, for negativity. So I try to keep it positive at all times. But here it goes. Success is achieved and maintained by those who try and keep trying. There it is, guys. A little bit of positivity in your life today. But let's get into today's video. Now, before I actually give you all a little sneak peek of what this thing looks like, I do want to do a shout out to my friends over in Gun Connection, Taylor, Texas. Without any of them, I mean, really, truly, this video wouldn't be here. This gun wouldn't be here. Man, Dan over in Gun Connection is a great guy. They have a lot of ammunition, as far as rare ammunition, common ammunition. They usually have it there, and if they don't have it, they'll get it for you. Quite often I go in there, I'm like, what is that? What kind of ammunition is that? And I learn something new every time I go in there. As far as work goes, I've had work done on AR, I've had work done on bolt rifles. I've seen him work on shotguns. I mean, he's just an all-around guy that can just fix problems. If he can't fix it, he knows who can. But regardless, a shout out to Dan, because really, truly, this rifle wouldn't be built without him. So without further ado, here you go. There's a suppressor on front. We'll get into that in a minute, guys. But this right here is our semi-custom rifle build. And I'm going to start it off by saying she's beautiful. I'm probably going to say that a lot in this video. So if y'all want to make a drinking game, every time I say beautiful, take a shot. She's beautiful. Anyways, okay, so this is what we got. This right here is a Savage action we took out of a Savage Valkyrie. We're going to get into that here in a minute. But this right here, we took this out of a Savage 224 Valkyrie. And in case y'all guys didn't know, that was kind of supposedly a new round a couple years back. And I was really excited to have one. But it just shot horribly. It shot horrible. And the best explanation I had was the twist rate that Savage had on that rifle was wrong. And if I wanted to spend some money on a barrel to get a barrel that would actually work for that caliber, we could do that. But I was like, ah, man, I'm kind of over it. Left it alone. The rifle sat in my safe for about 3 years. And we'll get into more about why we decided to do this build here in a minute. But it sat in my rifle, it sat in my safe for a few years, and it's what it is, man. And then some friends of mine built the 6-arc, and then his name was Mr. Jim. He built the 6-arc, and he used this barrel. Matter of fact, he donated this barrel because when he was done building it, he decided, you know what, he wanted a longer barrel. And so he said, hey, do you want this barrel? I'm like, heck yeah. And this barrel right here is a Schilling, a stainless steel select match Schilling barrel, and she is absolutely amazing. She's a thick old girl, and man, I do really like it. And thank you, Mr. Jim, for donating to the channel and kind of getting this whole 6-arc started. And basically, so we were in the shop a few weeks ago, or I should say a few months ago, and he was like, hey, do you want the barrel? I'm like, heck yeah. And we're like, well, the conversation came, okay, what are we going to do? And they talked about Savages, how Savages, basically, you can basically do a semi-custom build using their actions. So that kind of started this whole conversation. And ultimately, I have a Savage that didn't shoot very well, which was the 224 Valkyrie. So we took this and we put the 6-arc barrel on the front. For the most part, the action is the same, but we did change the bolt face and put a select match bolt face on the front so they would work with the 6-arc. And then I bought the most affordable MDT stock on the internet, and which was this bad boy right here. And this right here is a field stock. This is basically their most affordable chassis they sell, and I really do like it. I like it, even though it was the cheapest one they had. I don't care. I think it's phenomenal. I do like the adjustable cheek weld. You loosen this up, this thing comes up or down. I do like the grip here. It has a nice, good swell on it. It's just really good for my palm to sit there as I'm pulling the trigger. And man, she's gorgeous. We put some extra weight on the front because ultimately what we're going to do, this is kind of a long range, I guess I should say bench shooting rifle. I'm going to take out to about 1,000, maybe a little bit further than that, but ultimately that's what this rifle's for, and I need it as heavy as possible so that we can see our impacts at long range. If that makes sense to you guys. If it doesn't, I'm sorry. Keep watching the channel and it'll make sense eventually. Now, as far as the trigger goes, we did put a Timney trigger on this thing, and right now she's about Oh, she's about 1.5 pounds, and she is crisp and nice. I do like the Timney trigger. My gosh, with the MDT stock and the shilling barrel. Now we did put a different rail on top because we wanted that 20 degrees on there because we know we're gonna be shooting this thing long range, and so we needed a better rail on top. So we discarded the one from Savage and we put this one on there. Now as far as the optics, guys, you know what it is. I'm only going to use Vortex. I do like Vortex. I do like Vortex products. We do have a 5-25 Strike Eagle on here, and yeah, she's amazing. Now as far as my opinion goes when it comes to optics, I just don't feel like you can really beat the Vortex warranty. Number one, 100% fully guaranteed transferable warranty. It just makes me smile every time I think about that. I do like the glass. I love the glass, and the price to me is phenomenal. So for me, this is a trifecta. That's why I really do like Vortex and Vortex products, and so I support them on the channel. It is what it is, guys. Sorry about that, but it is what it is. All right, now as far as everything goes, now for the front, we do have a Silencer Go Scythe suppressor on front, and man, it's phenomenal. It is a very light titanium suppressor. We do have a Silencer Go wrap across this thing right now. It's because when I start shooting these suppressed rifles, they get a little bit hot, and I usually have to sit there and cool before I can load them up in my Ranger and bring them back to the house. And so I really wanted a wrap around it so that either if when I'm shooting it, I don't get burned, it doesn't melt a hole in my seat, or if my grandbabies are here shooting with me, I don't have to worry about them getting burnt as well. But for the most part, guys, the build is just about complete. I do want to add a little bit more weight to it. Want to add a rail down here at the bottom, and I wanted to find a nice bipod to put on there. I'm a little on the fence right now. Bipods or shooting platforms. There's so many good products out there. Kind of want to do some more testing on that. That'll be another video. We don't need to get into that right now. But regardless, I do want to have some options for a bipod on the front. And for right now, for the most part, this rifle is done. For just a little bit of minor tweaks and everything else, I think we covered everything. As far as the safety goes, it is still the 3-stage safety. All the way back is safe. In the middle is safe, but we can work the bolts. And then all the way forward is fire. Oh my gosh, but this is it. This is the build, and she is beautiful. Take that shot. Take that shot. But regardless, guys, oh my gosh, this thing is awesome. And again, thank you to Dana from Gun Connection. We were able to make it come true. Oh, so that's it. That's it in a nutshell. We've kind of hinted about it. We've talked about it a little bit, but this was the build, and it took us several hours to put it together. Now, when I say us, I really did a lot of just learning, a lot of watching while he did the work, and I was able to just kind of observe and take a lot in. He's very knowledgeable, more knowledgeable than me by a lot. I call him a subject matter expert. He kind of a little more humble than that. He is a very intelligent guy, but to be honest with you, let's be honest, we're all learning every day, and man, the thing about life is you got to continue to learn so you can continue to get better. And I feel like I'm behind the curve on a lot of things when it comes to guns and gunsmithing type stuff. So when I'm there with him, I try to take in as much as possible so I can learn and be a better person. But regardless, guys, I do love y'all. Hope y'all found this rifle nice. I promise you, she shoots good. You're not going to want to miss out, guys. Hit that like, subscribe so you don't miss out. I love y'all.